In this video, I'll be continuing with my sound sequence demo, and here I want to set up a Premiere Pro project, bring in my video from the video screen capture I did, as well as the audio clips that I'm going to use to combine together into an audiovisual sequence. So this process is pretty much the exact same thing that we've done up to now working in Premiere Pro. I'm just going to go ahead and start a new project, and I will give this a name that has my name in it. And I can just leave all of the settings on the default for now. Go ahead and click OK. So here I'll need to import my video and audio and make a sequence to bring everything together. So the order of that isn't super important. I'm going to go ahead into the File menu, click on New, and create a sequence. Now, I know for this assignment that I want the final to be 1920 pixels wide by 1080 pixels high. So there are several sequence presets that we could use that will have those settings. I could also go into settings under new sequence and adjust the frame size manually. So I'm just going to go into sequence presets, and this is one that I like to use under AARI, the 1080p at 30 frames per second. So go ahead and click OK. And here's my sequence. Now it's just got the default name sequence 01. So I want to go into my project panel and just double click to rename. Now I'll go ahead and import my audio and video. So I'll click File, Import. And I like to import the screen recording video file as well as the sound files that I've already prepped for this demo. So I'll go ahead and select all those, just click Import. And now I can go ahead and start getting my sequence all set up. So I've got my sequence here, I've got my video file. Let's go ahead and drag that into our video track. I'd like this on the V1 video track, so I'll target that track and just click and drag. Now, since the screen recording that I made is a different size than the sequence that I'm working in, I'm getting this clip mismatch warning. So this is telling me that the clip does not match the sequence settings, and it's wondering whether I should change the sequence to match the clip's settings. In this case, I want to keep the existing settings. And you can see here, I've got my video clip that's actually a different format than the sequence. So let's zoom out a little bit here so we can see that more clearly. And while I'm at it here, I'm going to clear my guides. So I can see here, this doesn't quite fit the width and height of my sequence. And so there's several different paths I could follow here in terms of how to adapt my mismatched sequence versus my mismatched video clip. Probably the easiest is to just blow up the video clip so that it takes up the entire width and height of my sequence. Now the downside to that is I'll have some cropping on either side of my video clip. My other option is to just simply leave some black bars on the top and bottom. I think that's probably what I'll do. So to resize this video clip, first thing I'm going to do is select it in my sequence, and then up in the Effect Controls panel, I can make adjustments to the position and the scale and the rotation, all those sorts of basic 2D design properties. So I'm going to go ahead and just increase the scale. So I'm clicking on the 100% value for the scale and just dragging to the left, and I could see that update in my program panel. So I can see I'm blowing this up to about 121%, and that looks pretty good. So this way I can see the entirety of my video clip, and I'll just have a little bit of letterboxing on the top and bottom, and that's okay. Now at this point, I'm all set up. I've got all my media in my project panel, and I can either click and drag on those audio clips to bring them into my sequence, or double click if I wanted to make any adjustments to them in the source monitor.